Recently, Trevor's house has been undergoing renovations. Observing their work, we have come to the conclusion that many of their construction techniques were incorrect and poorly executed. Many pre-existing problems with the house were not properly fixed.
Yoo-hoo!
Yoo-hoo!
Good morning to you, sir. Would you like to learn some construction techniques?
Good morning. Yes, I would. How much are they?
Only a quarter. You can see an example of an overturning retaining wall right here. See how the siding is going sideways?
I do. Why is that?
Instead of fixing it, they just cut the siding at an angle.
Let me try to fix it.
In order to fix the wall, it would have to be rebuilt and the siding would have to be recut and reapplied.
Can we lower the volume, please? I can't work with all this racket going on.
Sure thing, Trevor! Trevor! Would you like to learn some construction techniques? Only 25 cents.
Why would I waste any time doing that?
The retaining wall shown in these photos overturned over time as the home settled. The construction workers, instead of redoing the retaining wall, simply left it alone. To make matters worse, the siding on the home needed to be replaced. The workers simply cut at the same angle as the retaining wall instead of fixing it.
Proper insulation technique would include not exposing the inhabitant of the home to large amounts of insulation.
I'm guessing that's not what happened.
Nope, they didn't realize there was a hole for the stove ventilation in the wall. They pumped the wall full of insulation, and when Trevor came home, the kitchen was full of it. You can see what remains of it right here in the cabinet. What? Would you like to learn some construction techniques?
What are you doing in my kitchen? Get out of my house!
The workers should have double-checked that there were no holes to the interior of the house before pumping any of the insulation into the wall. Instead, they didn't check and filled the whole kitchen floor with a large amount of fiberglass insulation.
They were trying to apply caulking between the siding and the joints. You can even see the drip plate. Do you see the problem?
So they stopped and didn't caulk the full length?
Exactly. They should have.
What are you doing on my porch?
Excuse me, sir, but we are
Don't give me any of that. How do you make all this noise just learning about construction?
We're not just learning, we're discussing the proper techniques. We have lessons for beginners.
Beginners, what could be more simple than fixing this porch?
Trevor, you're not using the technique.
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 Technique. Stop on your right foot. Don't forget it. Wow, 3 times.
Wow. Trevor, that was so good.
Trevor, you're number one.
I really did it, didn't I?
Trevor, follow the technique.
Yeah, technique.
The workers were attempting to seal the joint between the porch and the siding to prevent water from leaking into the cavity and creating a thermal bridge and causing damage to the home. They attempted to apply caulking, however, they did not use a proper technique, left gaps, and did not even attempt to seal some parts of the porch. As we have learned, there were multiple problems with the construction techniques used on the home.
The problems seen here, such as the overturned retaining wall, the structural column on the porch, the insulation that was blown into the kitchen, and the caulking are all construction problems that could have easily been fixed with proper construction techniques.
Other problems existed, such as uneven laying of bricks, materials left outside for long periods of time causing deformations, and poor and dangerous site conditions. It is incredibly important that problems such as these be avoided.